Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about second type of inflorescence, cymose inflorescence. Cymose inflorescence. In this type, peduncle shows limited or definite growth. This definite peduncle terminates into flower. In cymose inflorescence, flowers will form in basipetal or centrifugal manner. Basipetal manner. In basipetal manner, new flowers are formed at the bottom or base, and the relatively older flowers are formed at the apex or top or terminal region. Coming to centrifugal manner, in this, peduncle is condensed. On this peduncle, new flowers are formed peripherally, and the older flowers are formed at central region. Cymose inflorescence are of five types, such as number 1 solitary cyme, number 2 simple cyme or cymule, number 3 monocacial or uniparous cyme, number 4 dicacial or biparous cyme, number 5 polycacial or polyparous or multiparous cyme. Let's see the very first one, solitary cyme. In this type, terminal bud or axillary bud grows into peduncle or inflorescence axis, and it is terminated into a flower. So this type of inflorescence is called single flowered inflorescence. Solitary cyme again classified into two types, axillary solitary cyme and terminal solitary cyme. Axillary solitary cyme. In this type, single flowers occurs in the axils of leaves, which means arises from axillary bud. Example, Lacinaria China rose, which is hibiscus. Terminal solitary cyme. Single flowers occurs at the tip or apex or terminal bud of main stem and its branches. Example, poppy, lily, datura. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of solitary cyme or single flowered cymose inflorescence. The very first one, China rose or hibiscus, their flower arised from axillary bud. So axillary bud present at axils of leaves. So that axillary bud develops into floral bud. Floral bud grows into peduncle and terminates into single flower. In datura, terminal bud develops into floral bud, then floral bud develops into peduncle and terminates into single flower. Simple cyme or cymule. In this type also, peduncle shows definite growth and terminates into flower. Later, the peduncle forms two branches on both the sides and terminates into flowers. So this inflorescence is also called three-flowered inflorescence. Example, Jasminium. See the diagrammatic representation of cymule inflorescence. The middle one is peduncle, which is terminates into flower. After that, it forms two lateral branches at their basal region. These two branches also terminates into flower. Finally, this cymule or simple cyme inflorescence is looking like three-flowered inflorescence. After these lateral branches does not forms any branches, they just appears like three-flowered inflorescence. The next one is monocacial or uniparous cyme. In this type, the main axis or peduncle terminates into flower. A single lateral branch forms it to one side of the base of peduncle and itself also terminates into flower. Like this way, every time they forms a branch and it terminates into flower. Again the basal region forms branch, terminates into flower. Again the basal region forms branch and it terminates into flower. Monocacial cyme are of two helicoid monocacial cyme. All the branches formed on the same side in a sort of helix. Example, Hamelia, Heliotropium, Drosera. Scorpioid branches are alternatively borne on the both the sides in a sort of scorpioid. Example, Ranunculus and Solanum. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of monocacial cyme, both helicoid and scorpioid types. In helicoid type, peduncle terminates into flower. It forms a branch At the base it terminates into flower. Like this way every time they forms branch and terminates into flower in one side. But in case of scorpioid, peduncle terminates into flower and forms a branch at one side, it terminates into flower, and it forms another branch at base in another side and it terminates into flower. Like that way in scorpioid type branches are formed alternative sides every time. Let's see, the next type is dicastial or biparous. In this type peduncle shows definite growth and terminates into flower. Then it forms two lateral branches and those are also terminates into flower. Like this way every time they forms two branches at their base and they also terminates into flowers. It is a continuous process. Example, clerodendron, ipomia, sweet potato, dianthus, bougainvillea, ixora, teak, musanda. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of dicastial or biparasite. See, the middle one is peduncle, it terminates into flower and it forms two branches, those are also terminates into flower, and again they forms two branches at their base, they also terminates into flower. After that they also forms two branches continuously like this way. So let's see the diagram for better understanding. The very last one of cymose inflorescence is polycastial or polyparasite. In this type, peduncle shows definite growth and terminates into flower. Then it forms many lateral branches and terminates into flowers. Like this way, every time the branches terminating into flowers, they forms many branches at their base. They also terminates into flower. It is a continuous process. Example, Nerium and Calotropis. Let's see the diagrammatic representation of polyparous or multiparous or polycastial cyme. See, in the middle peduncle terminates into flower. It forms many branches at base. They also terminates into flower. They also forms many branches at their base. They also terminates into flower. Like this way it is continuous process. For better understanding, you just check the diagram. Up to here, cymose inflorescence also completed. In next video, we can discuss about the special type of inflorescences. Thank you very much.